Hello everyone, this is Savian from Woven by Toyota Racing, and I want to start this video off with a thank you to you guys for showing up and supporting us every week on the Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge.
It's finale night in Japan, and the series is locked up already, but there is still plenty to race for. After winning 7 of the last 9 races, Savian Ragster secured the championship, and he has an opportunity tonight to extend his unbelievable win streak. The Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge finale is next. Our venue for this evening is the virtual Fuji Speedway, purchased by Toyota Motor Corporation in the year 2000. This 2.8-mile, 14-turn roller coaster will have drivers pushing this GR86 faster than they have had so far this season. Boasting one of the longest straightaways in motorsports, Fuji has not only hosted series such as Formula 1 and GT, but has run endurance races since 1967, starting with the Fuji 1,000 kilometers and evolving into the 6 Hours of Fuji in 2012. Expect speeds to exceed 120 miles an hour here tonight going into the braking zone for Turn 1. The straightaway is nearly 1 mile in length. Our format is as follows. We are on track now for open qualifying, which will set the grid for our 45-minute feature race. All cars are running a fixed setup with traction control and anti-lock braking systems disabled. Each car is capped at 7 gallons of fuel to begin the race, so there is 1 mandatory pit stop for each driver. The Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge concludes tonight on the Automotive Sports Network. With Bryan, Sawyer in the production truck and Justin Robichaud next to me in the commentary box, my name is Josh Mertz as we welcome you to Fuji, Japan in round number 10. Our series is proudly brought to you in association with Woven by Toyota. Toyota's vision for a mobility society in the Toyota mobility concept focuses on extending the value of the car, expanding mobility into new realms, and integrating mobility with social systems. In line with this framework, Woven will help Toyota to develop next-generation cars, including advanced BEVs, and to realize a mobility society in which everyone can move freely, happily, and safely. For more information on Woven's role in Toyota's vision for mobility, visit woven.toyota today. Our coverage all season has been brought to you also by NordVPN. For up to 63% off a 2-year plan, visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. Cameras for the entire season as well provided by our friends at TrackCams22.com. Justin, it's the season finale tonight. We are in beautiful Fuji, Japan to cap it off. How are you tonight, and what are you thinking about this finale?
Oh, I'm so ready, Josh. I mean, I'm really excited for tonight. I'm also very sad that it's just about over. It's crazy to think that Francois Martel's powerful victory was 20 weeks ago tonight back in Tsukuba, and here we are all the way back to Japan where we capped the series off on one of the most beautiful tracks on iRacing in Fuji Speedway. I love everything about this track, from the flow to the camber change and elevation changes to the excellent view of Mount Fuji you get in that final sector. The final sector is my favorite part of almost any road course. The huge equalizer tonight here, Josh, is going to be that massive straightaway, though. The draft here is unbelievable. You can hit it from about 7/10 back at pace. So drivers who can stay somewhat close to the car ahead of them are going to use that to stay in contention all night long.
As we'll take a look at the championship before, after that, I got a little nugget about this track. So the Drivers' Championship entering Fuji was clinched a couple weeks ago by Savian Ragster, now running car number 1 for tonight with a gold number plate for the Californian. Francois Martel, 67 points back. Chris Sweat's in third, 80 points behind Ragster. So it's going to be interesting to see the battle for second. Schofield, Brock Quinn, Josh Klog, Rakowski, Lott, Klein, Webb rounding out the top 10. Jake Robichaud and Edwin Webb. Looks like that's going to be a good battle. And Frank Klein, a battle for the 9th spot. And we got a couple of other battles throughout the field. The Constructors' Championship was clinched by Woven by Toyota Factory Racing. quite some time ago. No disrespect to the rest of our field, but it's mostly single car teams compared to the juggernaut that is the factory squad. So one thing that I find fascinating as we are in qualifying at the moment, P1, Luke Solberg at a 1 minute 54.114, and our champion-elect Sabian Raxter, he's coming around on this giant front straightaway to end his qualifying lap. And what's interesting as an oval racing fan, this track was supposed to be, I think, a giant oval, and
it was.
I don't remember if the turn 1 has been demolished in real life. I read somewhere that it still exists, but I can't confirm or deny.
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of swoops down in behind there, and it's probably very overgrown. But yeah, you're right. It was a huge oval, and it was abandoned very quickly. I think a few years into the project, and then
I think they only built the first corner.
The first corner. They built the first bank. That's all they could get. Yep. And then it was actually Mitsubishi that came in and bought the circuit early on, turned it into the road course. Really, most of what it is we see today. It's made a few changes over the years, but yeah, this track really just a staple of Japanese road course racing, GT and everything.
As the 6 hours of Fuji in the World Endurance Championship, of course, Formula One had the Japanese Grand Prix as recent as 2008. Don't crucify me on my history. I think Fernando Alonso won that race in the Renault that week in 2007. And then, of course, hopefully I'm not wrong on this, Martel fastest as we're rambling on here, Justin. 1 minute 54.005.
By a tenth, yeah. Times are starting to come in, Josh. There's only 6 drivers out of the 10 that have a time up there right now.
And let's take a look and see. Last little tidbit. Don't crucify me. I think this was the finale in 1976 when Niki Lauda parked because it was raining so bad and gave James Hunt the championship.
Yes.
So this is going to be a track that when iRacing lands that rain, this is going to be fantastic.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you're going to be able to recreate a pretty important moment in history, Josh, and that's kind of neat to think about if you really look at it that way. Such a fun course, though. The flow is fantastic. The elevation change in the final sector it almost kind of puts a lump in your throat, but it certainly unsettles the car. Let me tell you, those final 2 corners, 13, I believe. Wow, it's really, really tricky. You're brake and throttle constantly to keep the car balanced going up over that blind left-hander, and yeah, we'll see some drivers struggle there tonight as the tires heat up.
Woven slipstreaming down the front straightaway, and Brock Quinn's going to completely blow the corner just to give his teammate Raxter that run. Little loose mid-corner for car number 1. I want to mention a warm welcome back to Ivan Pandev. He has not been around NASA Sim Racing since the original iteration of NASA GT Americas back in 2020. So welcome back, my friend. Glad to see you, according to my livery, on the factory squad. So it's been quite some time since I've seen him in the NASA Discord, obviously. So great to have him back.
Yeah, he sure is, and he jumped in the car to fill in for Edwin Webb, who's sitting out tonight. He's in some meetings, just regretfully couldn't make it. But you know what? The work at Woven is more important, and the people that work there are passionate on and off the racetrack. So as look at that, the team orders coming in, and they're flying now, sending each other into turn 1.
I think you might be behind on your stream again, Justin, because there is no teammates slipstreaming down the front straightaway.
No. I was watching the other pair. Sashi just got flung off. Yeah, he just got flung off by. Hold on, here. Let me find.
I stand corrected. That's.
I was just looking at another set of drivers. There are a lot of Woven cars out there.
I was attempting to segue to saying thank you to all the men and women at Woven that follow our series. I was informed before the broadcast that there's people that watch it with watch parties, and they get it's a bunch of stuff. I won't go too much into detail, but it makes me giddy. So thank you for hanging out with us. I greatly appreciate it. So Martel on pole at one of the home races for Woven, Justin. Raxter, never mind. P1 by 0.007 is the champion-elect running car number 1.
Oh, boy.
And we look at Martel, the French-Canadian. Will he respond? The winner of that opening race in Tsukuba, but not the greatest luck ever since then. He's been consistent on the podium, but not on the top step because Raxter just been impeccable in the 91.
Impeccable is right, but let's not let's not discount Francois Martel's time. Look how close he is to Savian Ragster. And Savian Ragster, I mean, not to take away from him, but he's got some draft help from team orders. So Francois Martel, a lone teammate out there on his own, racing in dirty air and putting up some pretty fantastic lap times, Josh. So this is a pretty spicy battle.
4 3/4 minutes, I should say, left in qualifying. Martel crosses the line, 1 minute 54.1 with no slipstream. So you were right. He is on the pace, is the French Canadian in car number 12.
Oh, boy. Yeah, it's pleasant to see. And we just watched that last lap there, and he didn't get any help at all. So just flying out there, absolutely flying. I don't know if it has anything to do with the runoff. I know getting a good run in that final corner for that long straightaway is pretty important. So I don't know if some of these drivers are setting that up on their flying laps or not, but this is, I know the Woven team is. They're coming out really, really wide, running it really close.
Well, I
wonder if that's a detriment.
I'm mesmerized.
I wonder if trying to run too close to somebody. Go ahead, finish that. Who are you looking at now?
I was just saying, I'm looking at Martel just ace these corners. Ragster, 53.9. I think Schofield just went quicker. Levi almost looped it there in the 53. Now we look at Jess Rakowski in the 999.
Also kind of recovering. Yeah, she was recovering from a mistake as well. Put it off. And another corner that's very tough. And
thought it was going to... Oh, is that going to be an off track for Martel? I'm looking off monitor. Pandev and Vitaldas went off the track to get out of his way, but he was 2 off in the dirt. Francois is pushing for all he's worth to get on this pole position here, Justin.
Oh, yeah, and here he is in this crucial sector here.
Oh, two teammates in the way of Martel.
Oh, they're just not paying attention to the deltas there, trying to get lined up too perfectly, and that might have killed the lap for him.
For sure killed the lap. As we see it in Formula One, of course, real world racing, the gamesmanship that you have to play to get the best line down the straightaway. It's wonderful to see, but it's also frustrating if you're a guy that catches them. Let's see Martel's lap. I didn't even count anyway. When he dipped off into the dirt, I think that gave him an off track. So Chris Watts improves, goes to P5, the man from Texas, 1 minute 54.1.
And that's a lot going on, too. You have to wonder if that's a bit too much to manage for the team as they file along the straightaway here, really just trying to get in formation again. There's a lot of time wasted in getting lined up perfectly for that run for the extra few seconds. It looks like Martel's...
All four of them are on top of each other, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yvonne's leading the pack, Ragster, Vitaldas, and Quinn.
So Yvonne is
while everyone
setting up
else
to
running
send
their own laps.
Ragster on a flyer, or what's the deal here? Ragster's got that pole spot. You have to think he's going to jump out in front and give Yvonne a nice shot to get out of P8 here with just under 2 minutes to go. You know, the sim will probably pop off a couple more minutes here at the end. It usually does to kind of help the session along with the way laps are started. If you start a lap before it goes to 0, you will be able to finish that lap. So I'm keeping an eye on Martel. We look on monitor at the Woven teammates, and Martel, that is insane. The level of commitment he is pulling through. Looks like it's turn 11 into turn 12. I thought he was going to run over the sausage curbs and get an off track. Finally has some clean air in the last sector here, Josh. Still no slipstream. This is going to benefit Wetz versus Martel. Martel hangs onto the road there in the 12. And the French Canadian comes off the final corner. The long run down this straightaway to a heavy braking turn 1, of course. What will Francois Martel do? He will get one more lap if he chooses. Yeah, looks 1 minute 54.065. Wetz, P1, 53.949 for the Texan. At the dying moments, Ragster's going to have this last lap, but now he has to make sure that Pandev gets out of his way. And it's not by much either, Josh. It's by 4 100s. Pandev way out of the way for the 1. And hard braking into turn 1. Thought he was going to lose it on corner entry. Very good corner there, though, Josh. Great exit. Perfect line. As I tell you what, Justin, you have experience in this car at this track. Let's ride on board and take us along. Yeah, let's hop on board here with Sabian Ragster. This corner here, just a nice little lift, and you jump down in here. I think this is 200R. I forget the naming, to be honest, off the my corner. This corner is just a lift. Small lift right here. Keep the car planted. Come hard on the exit. You want to get to the right side very quickly, get the car straight on your hard braking, and then send the car in deep. A little bit of a bump here on the exit as you push the car very hard out on the right side here. Keep it just planted really, really, really hard. Keep your line short on exit, down into this downhill. And this is the fun corner, Josh. I love this one. If you hit it right, you come all 4 tires off the ground. We'll see if Savian does it. It's a nice early jump in here, and you hit nice smack. He doesn't get all 4 off, but unsettles the car greatly as it tries to load up on the lefts, and you come uphill here and off camber corner as you come. Very easy to unsettle the car and send it to the right, and this is the tricky one. Uphill, left-hander. Very, very light on the gas. You have to be very light on the throttle, even though it's a low-power car. It's deceiving. You can still come out loose, and this is the corner here. You have to basically choose if you want the runoff or if you want the shorter line. The runoff, getting a wider line and getting a good run is usually beneficial, but
Martell crosses the line. 1 minute 53.963, not faster. He pips Ragster. Ragster, champion-elect, car number 1. Final moment of asking. Will he go pole position? 53.704, pole position.
He does.
For Savian Ragster and car number 1. That slipstream down the front stretch.
It did.
That gave him the pole.
It did.
That was incredible.
It did. But you have to nail turn 1, Josh, because you come flying in there. It's a different braking zone. It's a whole different braking structure, actually. A little bit of a different line. Absolutely nails it.
I'll tell you
just
what.
A phenomenal lap. Phenomenal lap.
Martell did not have slipstream down the front straightaway on that final lap.
Yeah.
He didn't have any slipstream, and he got so close.
Oh, like I said, just to be 2/10 back and not have that team advantages is phenomenal from these guys. I would love to see, Chris Wett's Martell team up next season, or maybe they grab some friends and come in and try and be competitive. We talk about it all season about how Woven is come in and kind of stomp the competition on the team side, but that's really, like you said, it's because they're the only one that's come out with a serious interest. This is their league, their representation, and they came out strong. Savian Ragster, huge ambassador for Woven, an employee over there, incredibly fast driver, and he's done all he can to make everybody on this team quicker, and it's showing out here week in and week out. This is a tough track here, and we're gonna see what we bring tonight. I'm excited. I told them in the drivers' meeting they should race hard regardless. So I think they will. Good group of guys out here. They're fierce. It's tough not to jump in this car and sling it around on a track like Fuji, so beautiful and flowy, and not get the itch to just go drive it hard as Savian. I'm watching him now. He's getting a little loose, throwing in some practice laps at the end.
Let's take a look at our grid for the finale of the Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge. On pole position, champion-elect Savian Ragster going for an 8th consecutive win. Chris Wett's on the outside pole. Francois Martel, David Schofield, Luke Solberg, Brock Quinn, Levi DeKiril, Jess Rakowski, Ivan Pandev, and Sashit Fithaldis. 10 cars. Normally, this is where I would say 10 laps. This ain't Rallycross. We got 45 minutes. But just because we have 10 cars doesn't mean that's going to be a boring race. This has been some of the most exciting racing that I've commentated on in my 15 years of sim racing, and there's 10 cars for this race. Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Good luck, everyone.
They put on a phenomenal show every single round, and I pushed for a 2-week period in between, and it seems to polish the drivers up nicely, and a lot of people have come into their own, and this has been just fantastic as we roll off here for the final round.
Be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network if you like what you see. We do have NASA Rallycross Lights on Sunday. That'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern Time at Wild West. Victor Valley, Cody Erdman, James Watson for that. The Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge next Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Myself, Justin Robichaud, and Bryan Sawyer for that, starting with contenders going to supercars. This is our last show on a Thursday for quite some time. Keep an eye on NASASimRacing.com for all of the information. It has been a crazy 20 weeks, and on paper, it looks super boring. Savian Ragster, all those wins, but I can tell you it has been fantastic. These 10 drivers, over 45 minutes as the safety car leads us down at 37 miles an hour, excruciatingly slow as we get ready to start the finale. Thanks for joining us all season on ASN, and we get ready in Fuji, Japan.
And I believe this start is really late, Josh. I think it goes really close to that start gantry all the way down there. So it's a really antsy. Watch for some people to pip the start. Maybe get a little late on there.
We go green in Fuji, Japan. Wetz was completely sleeping off the line, and Ragster has pulled away by 2 car lengths. Expect slipstream down the front straightaway. Schofield peaks drivers left of Wetz. We're 3 wide. Solberg battling Quinn, battling Rakowski down to the first corner. Huge run from Solberg in the green car. Looking drivers right. Down to turn 1. Pick your braking point. Be nice. Schofield on the outside. 3 wide. Wetz in the middle. Solberg, looked side by side to Kirill versus it was Rakowski. And Schofield trying to poke back in line. Side by side are the teammates in the back of the field, Ivan Pandev and Fithaldis. Down to turn number 3, Coca-Cola corner for the first time. Full commitment, hit the curb, don't wash out too wide, and into 100R, turns 4 and 5. Such a wide corner. Wetz complaining mid-corner. Car didn't want to turn. Down this short straightaway to turn 6, the hairpin, Justin. Looking to the inside, Rakowski onto Kirill, takes the spot. Does she side by side?
Oh, might not have the run, Josh. He's got that outside line and looks like he's going to hold it.
Under a blanket as DeKirill holds the spot.
Oh.
To turn 10, Dunlop corner. And you hit this curve with so much force, it does take you off the ground. Martel's all over the rear wing of Ragster, off the track in the 12. He comes back, he saves it. Wetz in the 71, peaking. Solberg, Schofield down in 5th. That's interesting for the man from New Hampshire.
It sure is.
Rakowski, Quinn, Pandev, and Vithaldis. So now rounding turns 12, 13, 14. Looks tricky, or really Mickey Mouse on paper. Huge run for Martel off the corner.
Oh, he's going
to have the slipstream down the front straightaway.
He is. He's going to have a great shot here.
Here comes Wetz, too.
Has an awesome run off all these. Oh, yeah, it's the train has begun. All these drivers in the slipstream right now, they're just going to be a rocket ship down this almost 1 mile straightaway. Woo! Here we go. Martel already starting
DRS here.
Oh, here we go.
Martel's
you don't.
Streaming. Gaining,
when does he come out?
Gaining. Are we 2-car tandeming?
He's doing a push.
Cars down the front straightaway. Wetz has a huge run. Martel's got nowhere to go. Schofield looking to the inside of Solberg. Martel can make a move. He thinks better of it.
No. Saving a bit. You have to wonder, is he just conserving a little bit of fuel?
Schofield inside of Solberg.
Martel gets tight.
Takes the spot.
Now Martel just showed us one of the cons of running in that slipstream is this car is complained to be very, very, very tight. So in my opinion, and I've used this tactic.
Turn 3 there.
Oh, he's maybe cooked the tires a little bit by going hard into turn 1, but Josh, you kind of have to jump out.
Solberg.
Solberg on the inside.
Contact between Solberg and Schofield. Down to turn 6. Schofield defends. Solberg will have the run. He should off the corner. I'll let you finish in a minute, but Solberg, huge run. In car number 11, looking drivers right. Through turns 8 and 9. Flat out in these cars. Down to turn number 10. Ragster, Martel, Wetz. They are 1, 2, 3. That has not changed. Solberg looks like he'll get the pass done. Does he clear him? Yes! Into turn 10. Put Solberg to P4, but Schofield, will he have the run off the corner, Justin?
Fantastic. I think he just needs to concede for now. This is not a fantastic place to make a spot. These next couple corners here, you want to focus on hitting everything right. Just try again in the straightaway. Maybe get back into the slipstream. But fantastic move there from Luke Solberg to jump in and squeeze his way into a spot. I was really nervous. I was almost closing my eyes. I didn't want to watch it. That's not a great place to try to go side by side at all.
Schofield backs up the final corner, Justin. He already basically has the pass done with the momentum he has over Solberg.
Wow.
The final corner.
He's already out.
We ride on board Schofield in the
beautiful
27.
camera work from Bryan here. Wow.
He stalls out, though.
He's got to get close. He's got to get to a side drive. Yeah, he's got to get in close. You can do it. You got to tuck yourself in really, really, really tight, but it's tough to do with a driver you're not super comfortable with as they come in here. What's he going to do? Dive in behind? Oh, I don't know if that... See...
Deep on the brake.
He's tight. See, I
into the
don't...
back of Wetz.
I'm gonna bring this up now. It was what I was trying to segue into earlier, Josh, is drivers need to jump out of the draft before that braking point, and they just need to sacrifice and just drive a different line. And we're going to find out who's practiced that tonight, because this car, it's very, very, at 120 miles an hour, wow, is it ever tight in that zone. And something that I noticed when I was racing this track with Francois and David Schofield in practice is if you jumped out of the draft or or kept a bit of air over top of the front of your car, it corrected a lot of that and helped you get into some good moving positions. But wow, I wonder when these drivers are going to figure out that hard braking in the draft there is going to be nothing but trouble tonight. You got to start your braking early, or just step out of the draft a little bit, Josh. Get a little air out of the car.
I could be horribly off base on this because I'm not quite sure I remember, but for a track that Herman Tilke, I think, reconfigured from the original layout, it is incredible how the racing has been, and we're only basically 3 laps in, Justin. Ragster 4/10 up the last lap on lap time over Martel. The gap is just about 0.3 of a second. He's going to have
Martel has a great run here too. Yeah, he already has a nice little run here as well, and he's just tucking himself outside that line. Yeah. I wonder if he's just going to... Oh, boy, look at this. We got Jess Rakowski making a pass here on the outside. But, again, that dirty air, if you're
here
not
comes Ivan
riding...
Pandev again in the 199 to 2-car tandem down the front straightaway. Up front, Schofield is trying to pass Solberg. Martel resets fastest lap. Gave Ragster a bump draft. Schofield looking to the inside of Solberg yet again. We're 3 wide for 7th spot with Quinn, Rakowski, and Pandev down to the first corner. Plenty of room given. Quinn leaves the 2 to battle. Pandev, Rakowski, and Quinn. That's the running order. Martel, car length between him and Ragster for the race lead.
Jess does not like that at all. She's going back to the inside.
Into turn 3.
Oh, boy. Go. And they make it 2 wide.
Side by side. Nice and respectful. Quinn looks to the inside as well. Nearly contact between the 005 and the 999. And I told you, who cares if there's only 10 cars? This race is going to be incredible.
Oh, Jess makes the move for the inside, but sacrifices a ton of speed here in a corner where you need some runoff, and she's going to give up a position here to Brock Quinn. Or at least a little bit. Quinn's losing a bit of momentum here on the outside, so he's just going to file in behind, but now he's in striking distance here now as well. Wow, we're talking about the battle for 7th here. This is wild. The battle for first is still...
Wonderful about this series is we do have the 45-minute length of the race, but you do still have these little sprints in between that we've seen. You could basically drive this car full out until you have to pit. Way wide is Wetz in the 71, followed Martel there in the 12. And will we see Martel again be patient? So that's Ragster hit the curb on the exit of the corner. Martel's got a huge run. Defending Rallycross champion against the champion-elect, 2 of the best in NASA sim racing. They are tandem drafting down the front straightaway. Schofield battling Wetz down the straightaway for the 3rd spot.
Yeah, Martel says, let's go. Let's get out of this.
Tandeming.
And if they keep doing this, a couple laps out from being out of the draft from the people behind them, and they get out of this train
3:39, Schofield fastest lap. And something that at least slipped my mind until just now. Think of the fuel. He's saving fuel. He doesn't have to push as hard. That's going to be crucial for the race win later on, I think.
It could be. It could be the difference between maybe a quarter or a lap or half a lap later down the road. And like the timing, you factor in the fact that there's a crazy pit lane here, Josh. It's almost like a chicane to get down in there. If someone's practiced that, you can hit that at pretty decent speed. So watch the delta in the pit tonight. So you tack that on with a little bit of fuel saving, totally could be one there. Absolutely.
Solberg had a great run through turn 5 up to turn 6. Couldn't make the move on Wetz in the 71. So Ragster, Martel, Schofield, Wetz, Solberg, DeKirel, Pandev, Quinn got by Rakowski, and Fathaldis rounding out our 10-car field. I cannot believe the jarring hit that they take in turn 10, as we were supposed to run that Grand Prix chicane, but it was changed, and I do agree that the change was for the better.
Oh yeah, that turn is super fun to take in this car, and you hit it right. It's all 4 wheels off the ground. The car hooks up and grips hard on the exit, and it is a wild ride.
Rakowski passes Quinn, who made a mistake. And now we're going to pay attention back up front. Top 5, under a blanket, down the mile-long straightaway. And half of me wishes that they would have built the oval as well, because 2 of these straightaways would have been incredible.
No kidding.
To watch some cars go down. Ragster leads Martel. Martel gaining. Will he poke to the inside, or will he just conserve the fuel?
Ooh, he's looking like he wants to make a move. David
Bump drafting. Schofield, huge run. Solberg looks to the inside. Martell looks to the inside on Raxter. Will we see a battle for the lead on lap 6? Down to turn 1. Defending Rallycross Supercar champion Martell passes champion-elect Raxter in car number 1 here in sports cars. And now we're going to see how Savian can take the fight back. And exiting, turns 1 and 2. Down to turn 3. Doesn't this classic fake. It might have spooked Francois there.
Checks his brake marker. Make sure everything's good. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's jarring. Even if you're peeking while he does it, that's very, very jarring. So see if he keeps his cool here. Savian's latched on. Not a guy that is
Schofield
fun to drive in front of Marcel. Oh, Martel just jumps right out of the way here. Jumps back in. Woo!
So there is no gap between them. They're basically hooked together. I would say the top 5 still. And Schofield, we want to mention him. He has had some terrible luck this season, from crashing on the first lap in Tsukuba to crashing in Indianapolis. I think he was involved in a crash at Road America. Not good luck, but he's running in 3rd. He did podium 2 weeks out in Okayama. So maybe the man from New Hampshire can take the fight next season, or at least in this race, to Raxter versus Martell here.
Oh yeah, he's definitely in contention in this track. Like I said, the draft opportunity gives you a lot to work with. If a driver makes a mistake, or if you make a mistake, you can almost gain it back in the draft and keep it honest. And David Schofield's got a good run on this corner here.
Did he pull out too soon, though? And he didn't go to side draft. At least that's my first reaction.
Yeah,
being
he's
a
got a good run,
NASCAR
though.
fan, you want to use that side draft, though, down the straightaway.
Also kind of touching Martell's as well, though.
Both gaining on Martell. It's going to box Raxter out. Down to turn number 1. Will Schofield take it? He's going to try it. From 3rd to 1st into the 1st corner. Then he goes around again in the 27. Another incident for Schofield.
But he only...
Look up front, Martell! Solberg takes the lead against Raxter down to turn 3.
Sneaks in there.
Cleared him.
Sneaks in there and runs off. This is an opportunity here. He can capitalize. There's a bit of a shuffle going around.
Martell ran wide. I think it gave him a slowdown, and now Raxter behind Solberg. This gives Wetz an opportunity, and I say it every week in Rallycross, but I would just say in NASA in general, anything can happen, Justin, and that's something that just did.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
calamity.
Yeah, absolute calamity, and really, David making him... I'm still kind of in shock. Wow. I can't believe David... Oh, boy. This track is just nothing short of exciting, really, and now we've got an absolute beamer of a race. All of these guys still in the slipstream, so it's really anyone's race. I'm excited to see what Savian has for Luke here on the final sector here as we... Oh, this portion of the track is so difficult to run alone, let alone with someone like Savian running right there in your mirror.
I don't want to mess up the relations, so I won't attempt. I just know that last name Solberg, it's the same Solberg as Petter Solberg, 2003 World Rally Champion. If you would have told me that I had a relative of World Rally Champion leading a race in my league, I told you you're crazy. What is happening? And Luke Solberg looks like he will be credited with leading a lap unless Raxter can close. He's already gaining. As we head down the front straightaway, will Solberg defend down to the 1st corner, or does he know he doesn't have anything for him? Raxter, huge run.
Jumps out,
compared to Solberg.
In.
Solberg leads a lap. He gets the point side by side down the front straightaway for the race lead. Here comes Wetz. Will we see again? One car in the pit lane. It's David Schofield in the 27. Wetz and Martell sneaking into the picture down to the 1st corner. Early on the brakes is Raxter. Martell nearly into the back of Solberg. Raxter to the lead. We're side by side. Wetz and Solberg for 2nd.
Oh, and Wetz has an opportunity here to sneak inside. Oh, to Solberg. There's not going to be enough overlap, but he's got a good run here, and he's got... Oh, he's looking into the picture here. We come to Coca-Cola corner. Luke, Savian a bit wide there, but I think that's... Oh, he's pushing so hard right now just to try and stay ahead. Bit of a gap here building up.
I do know that it is NASA track limits. I'm not sure if the sim will give you a 1x for it, but I believe the curbs are classified as track limits here, at least in the sim. So, take a look at Schofield, at least on the timing screen there. He pitted, and he's now in the 10th spot. So all he could hope for is maybe he pitted a little bit obviously too soon. Maybe he can stretch that fuel, but he is a mile behind this battle for the lead. And Schofield locked up in the 27. into Martell in the 12. Ragster full commitment on the exit of turn 10. Dropped the left rear onto the dirt, nearly looped it, but he saved it in car number 1.
Ooh, oh boy, and there's a little bit of a mistake. Like I said, this track, very, very tricky as these tires warm up. The off camber and the elevation change, very tough to manage. And little tiny...
Real quick, DeKiril and Pandev battling for the 5th spot. They're side by side through 13 and 14. And now we're going to have the slipstream fest down the front straight. That is the battle for the lead through 4th.
Sure is.
Hopefully we can pull up the split screen because we're going to need it.
I got DeKiril's. I got the DeKiril battle.
We take a look.
Yvonne, yep.
At Wetz, Solberg, and Martell on the left, and on the right,
Ooh,
we look at Pandev versus DeKiril. 2 battles down this mile-long front straightaway. I don't know which one to talk about, but Martell, we ride on board on the left side, battling Solberg down to the first corner. They're gaining on Ragster. We've got a 2-car tandem of Pandev versus DeKiril. Nobody pokes out for the battle for the lead. It remains Ragster, Wetz, Solberg, Martell. Pandev blocks the inside, DeKiril on the outside. Rakowski deep on the brakes, and she gets hit by Quinn. The driver from Maryland goes.
Accordion just had to lock up to get out of a bit of trouble there. Maybe came in a bit too hot and just kind of got into an accordion effect there. Not really much any driver could have done there.
As really quick, we're going to step aside before it gets super crazy, so stick around. We'll be side by side.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds it.
Side between these two in a turn one. This is going to get spicy.
turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap, clog at the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. In the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Ragster acing the entry to turn one, up heading to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Rocky's going to hold the spot. We welcome you back to round number 10 of the Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge with Bryan, Sawyer in the production truck, Justin Robichaud next to me in the commentary box. My name is Josh Mertz, live at the Fuji Speedway in Japan on the Automotive Sports Network. Just a reminder, our series is brought to you in association with Woven by Toyota. Mobility to love, safety to live. For more information, visit woven.toyota today. Our coverage all season also brought to you by NordVPN. For up to 63% off a 2-year plan, visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. And finally, our cameras for the entire season have been provided by TrackCams22.com. We're going to try and stay split screen. We got a replay from you as we were in break. We had an issue. I believe it was with Francois Martel. Actually, really quick, we've got Ragster and Solberg decided not to pit. So, Justin, if you want to bring that replay back, I'll keep an eye on this battle for the lead.
We got it going. So, we're going to run here. As Martel just gets really, really deep, almost late on the brakes, locks up the fronts, and just slings it between traffic. Off the track there. Bad mistake. That's why he's running in fourth at the moment. Well, third, but that's because of pits. So he's back in the order there because of that.
So Ragster down the pit lane. We keep an eye still on the battle for the lead between Chris Wetz and Luke Solberg, and we talk about every single show, no matter what discipline, you're going to be battling for these guys, and your fellow drivers in the pit lane are on his strategy piece. You are hemorrhaging time to try and take the spot from him. Martel waiting for something to happen between these two. Ragster has exited the pit lane in car number 1. Quinn, Pandev, and Vitaldis going to round out that order. So it looks like the team cars have all pitted on the same lap. So they join Rakowski, who pitted, I believe, along with Schofield. So Wetz beginning to pull away from Solberg. Solberg falling into the clutches of Martel here.
Yeah, and wow. We're looking at the times now. Even David Schofield was 2.4 seconds faster in the lane, and almost 3 seconds faster in the box. So that's a combined 5 seconds faster overall. See what I mean? That entry, I don't even know what happened. I'm gonna have to go back and look. But
whoa, Martel over the curb. He nearly lost it in the 12.
Oh.
I think Ragster just might have been a little bit conservative. He was battling Solberg on pit entry. Wetz has already commented about how he's pitting. Are we going to see a snake of 3 cars going into the pit lane? This could get a little iffy. Down to the pit lane. We are racing into the pit lane. They dive under the dotted line. Will Wetz pit? He will. Solberg pits. Wetz better line through the pit lane chicane. Deep on the brakes and on the pit limiter is the 71, the man from Texas. Luke Solberg in car number 11. So staying out is Martel. Staying out is DeKirel. And that's going to put Ragster. Keep an eye on Wetz versus Ragster here on the pit merge, Justin.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a huge time gap even in that pit. So I'm really excited to see how everything is going to thread out when they when the strategies eventually do come in. But I went and looked. I didn't see a huge mistake other than him locking up at the entry to the pit. He had a very fast entry through the chicane, I thought, and the car did complain a lot under braking. And maybe he lost time in that lockup. But yeah, that's a big loss of time there.
Wetz has exited the pit lane. Ragster, full beans. Down the front straightaway. Can Wetz hold it? He's off the pit lane speed limiter. I think that Chris Wetz might take this lead. Down to the first corner. The man from Texas, he's done it on the pit stop rotation. No contest, Justin.
Oh, and I hate to say it.
Schofield, hold on. Schofield is right behind Ragster.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's dropped a lot from that mistake or whatever happened in the pits. I'm looking now. I think Francois Martel's going to come out with a comfortable lead once he gets his box in, if he gets a good time. So we'll have to watch that exit. And now, like, DeKirel is now, like, just shortly behind him. So we'll see what happens here. I think Solberg took tires. He did. So take the 11 out of it. Sorry to cut you off on that one, but he did.
I was noticing he was He was nowhere close. Martel drifting off the front. Francois, rallycross is Monday, not now. He's drifting off the final corner. Will he pit now in the 12?
No,
he is not.
like
Just quick heads up. Our next race for NASA Rallycross Lights Sunday at Wild West, 9 p.m. Eastern. Victor Valley, Cody Erdman, James Watson for that one. And the next round of the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge, also at Wild West on Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Myself, Josh Mertz, Justin Robichaud, Bryan, Sawyer for that. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network. This is our last stream on the Thursday, but we do have those Sunday, Monday streams going until December. So thanks for joining us all season long for this, and be sure to join us on those Rallycross streams. Super fun there. And if you'd like to race, nasasimracing.com. Can't believe it's going on 12 years as Martel leads, and 75% of you says Martel's going to win this race. And Justin, I agree with the pit delta here. I don't know what happened. Maybe just Savian, you said no mistake. He was just super conservative, and that might have cost him this race.
Very possible. I don't see much of it, like much of a difference, unless it's all in the entry. But yeah, that's a huge delta. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. That's an uncharacteristic mistake here for Savian Ragster. But he's already kind of bridged the gap to Wets here, and he's making some time. So we'll see. I want Francois to go off now. Did he really save this much fuel, Josh, and running in the draft, or did they just go off early? Because he's just running away now at the moment, and I want him to go so I can see where he ends up.
And the only thing that's hindering him is because he's not responding. Ragster, of course, gaining in the corners, but he's also gaining that slipstream. So
yeah,
every corner that passes, I think Martel should have pitted. We'll have to wait and see. Is he committing to the pit lane? I don't think he is. He's not pitting.
No, and I
don't know if this is a good move, actually. I know I said that he could hold this lead, but
he almost
Wet slow down in the 71. Or he just let Ragster by. Either one. DeKeebrel pits in the 53. We'll move him back down the order.
Yeah, just to prove your point a little bit, Francois Martel and Dirty Air is doing a 154.195, and Savian Ragster a 154.0. So he's getting some benefit in the draft, absolutely. So there's definitely some benefit in getting off here and getting back in traffic almost, which is such a strange thing to say. But
I cannot believe that David Schofield is in this battle for the lead after looping it in turn one. Unless he's got to pit again. Now, I don't know if he would have been able to make it on that early pit stop. So the unintentional joker in sports car race.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. We're going to see here in the next few laps, the Savian Ragster's making a move here. Whew.
Wets looking to the inside of Ragster, thought better of it. Just getting informed that Martel has gone as long as Schofield has to go, if I got those words correctly. So it's gonna Martel, that was on fuel. Martel again, left rear into the dirt. He is pushing for all he is worth to try and maintain this lead. I can tell you that. I know I just said it 3 seconds ago, but that boggles my mind that Schofield's still this close. And keep an eye on him, of course. But will Martel pit this time? Let's ride on board Schofield in the 27. The man from New Hampshire, battling Chris Wetz, the man from Texas, and battling the champion-elect from California, Savian Ragster. I'm keeping an eye off monitor at Martel. It looks like he's angled towards the pit lane.
Corner. Yeah, and Wetz gives
Martel
it to
pits.
David here, just doesn't have the run. There he goes.
Will Martel full commitment into the chicane? Ooh, nearly into the wall in the 12.
Ooh.
And we take a look. Let's keep an eye on Ragster on one, Martel on the other, and see if we can watch when they converge. Ragster, Schofield, Wetz. They are second, third, and fourth on the road. Battle for the lead, or battle for third, really, on the right. And the leader, Francois Martel, just got to the pit box. I don't know. This is going to be close.
Oh, I think he's going to have
Ragster. The straight's deceiving. It's a mile long,
it
so it doesn't seem like he'll have it. Down the straightaway comes Ragster, followed by Schofield and Wetz. Expect Wetz to have the slipstream. Martel exits the pit box. He's nowhere close. I think this is going to be Ragster, but it could be wrong. Down to the straightaway. Martel's going to have the inside line. Ragster's got the
has
run.
it.
They're going to converge at the braking zone, and Martel holds the spot.
Just takes it.
Holds the spot over Wetz. And now we got a 4-car race. 15 minutes left to go, Justin.
How many times has that happened to Sawyer Ragster this season, Josh?
2
Somebody
seconds
coming
up.
out in front of him.
2 seconds up, Justin.
Yeah, it's unreal. And it just comes down to pit strategy. So, wow, he's going to have to do it on the track now. Josh, let's see what we've got. Oh, coming hard to the 100R.
Incredible camera as we fly by at 90 miles an hour in turn 5 here at Fuji Speedway, down to 6, 7. I love this track, and I think I'm going to run some laps on this track after we're finished because this is incredible.
I'll be honest. I kind of thought it might be a bit too big for this car, and I didn't give it nearly enough credit. But when I turned laps in it, I knew it fit on the schedule, and it was going to be perfect, and it was going to make for incredible racing. So much room, so flowy. We've mentioned it before. It's such a roller coaster ride in here. Oh my goodness, these cams are just so awesome.
And this is
Martel
off the curb. I was just about to say this track. It punishes going off the curves ever so slightly, but you still have that runoff. I think it's done brilliantly to convey stop going off the track, but yet you can recover the car if you need to. Yeah. Ragster's going to have the slipstream down the front straightaway.
Oh, here they go. They're starting to move it. Here we go.
We're going to see a snake like Indianapolis down the front straightaway here at Fuji Speedway, and Ragster still has the run.
It's beginning
Martel,
already.
Where's he going to go? Ragster, huge run. Schofield, huge run as well. Ragster peeks out, battling for the lead. 13 and a half minutes left to go in the season. Martel and Ragster and Schofield, 3 cars under a blanket. Are we going to be 3 wide out of turn 1? Martel super wide. Ragster to the lead. Martel trying to fight back. Slipstreaming down to Coca-Cola corner. And Martel's not going to push it here, surely, into turn 3. He won't.
Oh, boy, no. Saving a bit loose there, and he's
off
really
the track.
wide
Stuck
off
his Ragster.
there. Oh, boy. The sim likes to smack you a little bit there, but nothing that comes through. He's good.
As we take a look from high above at the battle for the lead. Across the top 4, Sawyer Ragster, Francois Martel, David Schofield, and Chris Wetz.
Woo! Where's my blanket? Just whip it. Look at that.
What a fantastic race here in Fuji. Just updating on the back of the field real quick. Brock Quinn, Ivan Pandev, Levi DeKiro, Jess Rakowski, Sashit Vithaldas, and Luke Solberg. Solberg took tires in car number 11, so he is taken out of the equation. Martel, much better run through turn 10 into 11.
Ooh, here we go.
As Ragster, Martel, we're going to bring up a side-by-side battle as well, I believe, between Quinn and Pandev. That's for the 5th spot. And then the battle for the lead, the top 4 on the left. Wonderful camera work from Bryan, Sawyer, Justin Robichaud. Thank you both genuinely for all the work that you've done tonight, all season, and in general to bring us this wonderful camera action and coverage. Schofield's going to be slipstreaming Martel, who's going to be slipstreaming Ragster. Meanwhile, the teammates, Quinn and Pandev, going to be slipstreaming for the 5th spot. Just under 12 minutes left to go in the season for the Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge. David Schofield slipstreaming Martel, who's slipstreaming Ragster. Martel pokes to the inside. Will he be last of the late breakers? Down to the first corner for the lead. Locks it up. Ragster gives him room. Nearly contact off the track. Goes Ragster to avoid contact. And we're almost 3 wide for the lead. Martel holds the spot. Side by side, even between them. We ride inside. Sawyer Ragster, car number 1. We're side by side down to Coca-Cola corner. Ragster on the curb. Martel goes wide. So respectful are these two.
Wow.
Into turn 4, into turn 5. Full throttle, full commitment. And here comes Wetz. Martel complaining mid-corner, pushed wide, saved it. And we still have 4 cars under a break and down to turn 6. Still battling for the lead. Martel running it a little bit wide in the 12, trying to maintain all the gap that he can on Ragster.
And the momentum. You need the momentum here coming down this hill.
Martel nearly into Ragster through turn 6 there, or sorry, turn 9.
Oh boy, and Martel's bringing it back to Ragster.
Into turn 10. They can't go side by side there, surely.
Oh, it rips.
Martel holds the spot.
I love it. I love it. File back in. This is unbelievable.
edge of your seat stuff. Who said that it doesn't matter when the championship's wrapped up? Because this is fantastic stuff here in Fuji, Japan.
Oh, is it ever? These four are just locked onto each other. And Francois goes off wide a little bit again there over the sausage curbs, and they run it out wide here. The ones on the exit here are not too bad, especially if you just clip the edges here. Martel wide again. Wets kind of makes it over, not too bad. Here we go. We start the file again down the straightaway.
Will we see a snake down the front straightaway? Martel begins, but he's already too late. You've got to be snaking as soon as you get off the corner because Ragster's there. Schofield gaining as well. Side by side, Martel will have the inside line unless Ragster gets bump drafted past him down to the first corner. Schofield will have nowhere to go unless he shoots the gap. Certainly he won't do that. Down to the first corner, Ragster outside, Martel on the inside. Martel hugs the curb, gets the grip, and holds the lead again.
And that is, you grip up early in there, that gives you a good run, so he's going to clear him, and actually it looks like David Schofield's going to squeak in here too.
Ragster looking inside, Justin, into turn 3.
Here he comes!
Martel gives him room, hits the curb, runs it wide, still a car width between them.
Oh, Savian is holding on so hard now, and it's just impressive to watch. I'm picturing myself in his shoes, and I would have already been behind David Schofield at this point, just cracking under pressure. And this is where you really see a driver come through, because all of them hearts are pounding in their throats, and they are just edge of their seat, and every little movement is heightened, and it's easy to make mistakes when that's happening, Josh.
Sabian Ragster trying to increase his win total. Be sure to like the stream and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network if you like what you see. Certainly helps us out, so appreciate everyone that joined us this evening. Sabian Ragster trying to make it 8 wins in a row. Francois Martel trying to make it 2 wins out of 10 races. And then there's Josh Klog, who won in Sebring. So like we've mentioned so many times, on paper, this season looks horribly boring, but I can tell you it is not, especially with what we've been witnessing tonight. 8.25 minutes left to go in the season, and Justin Robichaud, we're going to have another battle down to the first corner.
Oh boy, I mean, like, this track, I think, is going to be the finale night of every single season for GR forever. It's going to be a tradition, I think. This is just a wonderful track, and what a great way to cap the season off.
Huge slipstream. Martel hugs the inside line. Ragster has the run. Schofield has the run. Down to the first corner. Ragster can get ahead in the braking zone. Martel maintains it. Does he lock up? Contact between them.
Ooh.
Schofield to the inside. Wett's peaking as well. Now we're going to be side by side with Schofield and Martel. Schofield will have the run after spinning in turn 1 early on. Schofield going for the race lead. Down to Coca-Cola corner again. He takes the spot. Will he go off the track? No, he doesn't. And Schofield back to the lead after spinning. Incredible.
The cups have shuffled. That's what's going to happen for the next little bit until we determine a winner. It's really going to boil down to who's smart and makes the right move at the right time, Josh, because this is crazy, and this is hard on tires, and you're running this hard with this many people and battling as aggressively as they are right now. We're going to hop on with Ragster at the moment.
We run on board Ragster.
There we go. Oh, this is such a difficult place to be in. You've got someone harassing you for a position behind you. You got 2 guys ahead of you, and you just want to get by. Whoa, he makes a move here, Josh, on the inside of Martel. Oh, this is a tricky spot to do this. Backs out a little bit, but maybe he's looking for a runoff, and have a couple corners here, Josh.
Schofield maintains the lead. Martel holding off Ragster. I was just letting you get some play-by-play practice.
Oh, that's good, man. Look at this. Like,
you are getting better every stream we do together. And Martel holds the second spot.
This is fun. Like, look at all the different lines these drivers are taking in the final sector too, Josh. These final 2 corners, they're all just doing it to try and throw each other off and get some run off.
Let me cut you off. I know I don't have to apologize. Martel is in the slipstream of Schofield, but Ragster sneaks to the inside. Rather not sneaks. He surprised him down the front straightaway. Doesn't get any side draft. They're both gaining on Schofield. Are we going to have 3 cars under a blanket down to the first corner? Martel deep on the brakes, complaining under braking at the limit of adhesion in car number 12. Ragster gripped up in turn 1, but he couldn't make the spot.
No, kept it smooth, and that's what you want to see. You got to get another move like that, but you have to be in the right position, and he's getting a little bit of run here. And Martel
gives him the spot.
Yeah, he had no runoff on the other end. You have to wonder if
Everybody off the track.
He had to have cooked the tires on the entry in that, Josh. He was way tight, way tight underneath the giant veil of David Schofield's slipstream. So, oh yeah, that was detrimental, and you can see it right now in the gap that's building up from Savian. So, ooh, this is I have to say, I no disrespect to David Schofield, but I didn't think it was going to be him out front of Savian tonight, holding him back. Woo! We're gonna see if we got some moves left in Savian for the rest of the night here. See if the champion elect can come out and bring us some.
Martel dancing with death in turn 10 and left rear again off into the dirt, and he saves it every time. Just a kiss of the ballard in turn 11 as well, for good measure.
Oh yeah, the feeling you get when you grip up real hard on the left after that jump, and Francois off again there in that corner, just pushing so hard.
Final corner. Ragster inside of Schofield. I thought they were going to come together. I'm not sure about the incident point count, Justin, because will it be a penalty?
Bryan, he needs to get out of my head. We've been doing, are we just going to start reading minds? I was looking at the incident points. Martel's up to 13, so the penalty comes in at 20. It's quite, the ceiling's quite high.
Martel drafting down the front straightaway on Ragster. They're both gaining on Schofield. Oh, I don't have my hard hat. The turn one! Nearly contact between them.
Woo! Wow. That spooked him. He came
Schofield
way off.
Battling for the lead. Martel deep on the brakes as well. And we still have 4 cars under a blanket.
Great line.
And they're battling for second now.
He comes into the picture, and it looks like he's going to force David Schofield to the inside. This inside line here is not very favorable. He tucks himself in there right in front of Francois. Brilliant move, and he keeps the line train going here. Francois
now,
backs
Justin,
off.
I can't believe I'm asking this at a road course race, but I'm gonna utilize a question that many guys in NASCAR say about the super speedways. Where do you want to be on the final lap? Do you want to be in second to get the slipstream? Do you want to be leading to defend? What would you want to be here?
Oh, I think. What are we at? 3 minutes left. There's a couple laps. I think with Savian building a little bit of a gap here, he probably wants to just be in the lead and be defending. But with that being said, defending is very difficult on this track. I personally have not figured out the best way to go about holding off someone behind you in that turn. I know that if I'm behind 2 people, I found that inside line has worked pretty good. If you can get a little bit sneaky and grip up, we've seen that work here tonight. I'm curious though to see how this will unfold. We'll see if Savian has any tricks for holding off David Schofield, and Martel looked super wide now, trying to get a lot of runoff.
Final corner, coming to 2 laps to go. Just under 6 miles left in the inaugural Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge. And it's a factory car, the champion-elect, car number 1, Savian Ragster out front. Ragster holding off Schofield, trying to cut off the slipstream. Schofield gaining after spinning in turn 1 as we take the penultimate lap. Down the front straightaway, Martel gaining, Wetz gaining. If something goes wrong, those 2 can sneak into the picture. Schofield trying to clear him at his bumper down to the first corner. Ragster's not going to give up that easy. Schofield on the outside. Martel looking to the inside as well in the 12. Will Ragster boxing out in turn 1? He won't. Schofield looks like he has the momentum off the corner. Down through turn 2. Turn 3, Coca-Cola corner. Ragster trying to fake Schofield out. Are we going to be side by side down to turn 3? You have to be this late. And Schofield takes the spot. Martel surges mid-corner turn 3. What a run for the French-Canadian. Tries to take the spot. He does. We're side by side through 4 and 5, Justin.
I don't even know if my heart's beating. This is insane. Where did he come from?
Ragster nearly into Martel.
He holds the inside.
Ragster, huge run in turn 6
He's got
and
to run
7.
on David Schofield now.
Are we both standing up? Because I'm about to stand up as we come to the white flag.
I have no room at the moment. I have no room. Oh, this Martel sneaking in the inside here.
Schofield back here. Martel to the inside. Ragster off the track. Ragster slides. He saves it.
Oh, boy. Martel was expecting the absolute worst there. He went to the inside. He should probably check his pants. Wow, you could tell he thought he was going to come across. Savian with an excellent save to keep it in there. Unbelievable. This is absolutely wild. I really don't even know where the best place to be is. Savian was kind of showing us for a moment there that maybe that was the right move to go and clap back at that inside line, but I don't know. I think that the outside is the key to turn one. You got to keep the momentum, Josh, going into Coca-Cola corner, or you lose too much.
2.82 miles, 16 turns, and about a minute 54 seconds left in the inaugural season of the Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge. We take the white flag. Savian Ragster, champion-elect, David Schofield trying to hold him off. Ragster's got one shot to the inside. Car number 1 on car 27. Here comes Martel. Deep on the brakes. Nearly contact. Ragster locked up. Take Martel out of it in the 12. Wet sneaking into the picture in the 71. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride, is the man from Texas. We have Schofield from New Hampshire peeking to the outside of Ragster from California. Down to Coca-Cola corner, turn 3. Side by side, trying to use all of the road to turns 4 and 5. Here comes Wetz. Martel, again a huge run, but he's got nowhere to go, Justin.
No, he's boxed in right now, and he's actually drifting a bit to the outside here, but he's going to take it possibly on... Well, Wetz will take it actually back. Francois backs out a little bit. I think he just knows he doesn't have much to fight for.
Remember how I asked you if you want to be first or second? We still get a decent amount of slipstream down the bit of the front straightaway. So, dare I say it, Schofield's going to back up turn 14. I think I saw him practicing it earlier in the race.
Oh, yes.
To get that slipstream through turn 10 for the final time.
Absolutely. If he can glue himself on there, he's pushing really hard to do that. If he can stay there, there definitely is an opportunity to pass before that finish line that's quite a ways down the stretch. Josh and Martel also off the track again. Oh, boy.
We're looking for 8 wins in a row for Savian Ragster and some form of solace for what could have been in the championship season for David Schofield. 2 corners left and expect a still decent amount of slipstream. Off the final corner, Schofield hit the curb. That might be it, maybe. We've got the short dash down to the front straightaway. Savian Ragster looks like he's going to do it. 8 wins on the season. Ragster ahead of Schofield. He wins in Fuji, Japan at Toyota's home track. Schofield, Wetz, Martel. And we look at Quinn, Pandev.
A well-deserved celebration from Savian Ragster in the chat. He is, wow, my adrenaline is pumping from that. You can't imagine. We're going to jump into...
what a battle.
Oh, wow. Everybody's coming across the line here now. What a fantastic race right up to the end. Unbelievable.
Wow. I agree. Fuji's the finale. That's not changing. That's incredible.
It's just such a great track. Wow.
So,
real.
Let's try and have some conversations here. Let's see if we can find Wetz. I'll pull Wetz in. And I'm looking for Schofield. And then we'll bring in our winner. So, once I put him in here, we're going to bring in our third place man, Chris Wetz, and Justin Robichaud, all yours.
Chris Wetz, wow, you had almost a quiet race from our end, and seemingly you just kind of tucked yourself into a bunch of different battles. How were you feeling? Did you have a strategy? Were you just trying to hope to squeeze your way in and maybe wait for a mistake, or talk me through it?
I was expecting a lot of dive bombs on turn 1 in the last lap, and that almost happened. I knew I could keep up with them. Leading the line, I start making too many mistakes. It was just better for me to ride, save the tires, let him wreck on the last lap.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's totally in line with what I was seeing too. That's fantastic. You had a great pit too. It's seeming, you had a fantastic pit actually. One of the fastest, not but pretty darn good up there in the top 3. Anybody you want to thank tonight for a great race in the finale?
No, just NASA for putting on the season. Pretty much no sponsors, no team. So
I hope that changes. Hopefully for next season, maybe.
Maybe.
Well, we'll definitely try and come back. So excellent, Chris Wetz. Thanks so much. Great race tonight.
Yep, thanks.
The one question that I want to ask you, Mr. David Schofield, I guess 2 questions. First, walk me through when you spun, and second, how the hell did you get so close to winning this race?
Oh man, I thought it was over when I spun because I was doing so well and hanging pretty close to the front, and I knew this track was, definitely the slipstream is a massive equalizer here on this track. So I figured I was pretty much done for falling back, and with the damage I had to the car, um, I felt like the correct strategy would be to pit immediately and try and repair that, so I wasn't losing anything in drag. But yeah, the rest of the race I was having to drive as hard as I can, but save some fuel and drive a gear up in a couple of corners.
As I guess how crucial was the slipstream to save fuel? We saw Francois slipstreaming throughout the early phase, and he went super late. So I guess talk me through that.
Oh yeah, that was real important for saving fuel. I mean, when I came out of the pits, I was all by myself for a few laps, and as just I hope I don't lose too much time while everyone else is drafting off of each other before they all pit, and the pit cycle completes. Um, but yeah, I think the stopping early, I did was forced to take a little bit less fuel. But yeah, once we got around on the pit cycle, that made up that difference. Got in the slipstream, it really helped. Almost got the win out of it.
As I got one last question before I let you go, unless Justin, you had something for him.
We're talking about pits now, and I'm just kind of looking at it, and almost certainly, David Schofield, you had the fastest lane and box time. Like your lane time is the fastest, and your box time is the fastest. So overall, you were the quickest in the pit. So that looked like it paid off big time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Go ahead, Josh.
I guess I was going to ask. You've had a string of bad luck despite being on the podium last week. So I guess what's your game plan going into next season?
I don't know. Keep practicing, I guess. These guys up front are a pretty good challenge. They will always, keep pushing me to get better at my skills and better at strategy and racecraft. So I guess that's game plan going forward. Just work hard and train hard.
Last question. Anyone you'd like to thank for your P2 result tonight?
Everyone at NASA, everyone who showed up racing, everyone who does the production. You and Justin and Bryan. Thanks, of course, to Woven by Toyota and NordVPN for being the sponsors. It's
Absolutely,
been
my
a
friend.
terrific season, and once again, congratulations to Savian on the win and the championship.
I'll personally thank you for coming back to NASA, and I hope, of course, we see you back here in sports cars, but also in Rallycross too, my friend. Good run tonight.
You just might. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Thanks so much, David.
The man of the hour who ran the beautiful gold-plated car number 1, 8 wins in a row, Justin Robichaud, Savian Ranexter, is all yours.
Wow, and showed everybody tonight why you deserve to have that gold plate. What a phenomenal race. What was going through your head? Where did you want to be? That's what I want to know. Where did you want to be in those last couple laps? Was there an ideal position? Did you want to be in first and hold it and be the one to defend, or did you feel like making a jolt in the last lap was the way to go?
Well, honestly, I didn't know what was best to be. I knew that if I wanted to be in first because I knew that it was almost impossible to get ahead by the finish line. So I was like, I have to. It doesn't matter how close he is. I have to give everything to come around that final corner ahead. And I was like, I got the white flag. I was like, here it goes. Here it goes. I got to go 100% and just dive it down the inside. And I locked up a little bit, but luckily I didn't actually get into him. And I can't believe that. That was a very exciting race. The last half of that race was just crazy.
Yeah, it absolutely was crazy. And you talk me through your pit as well. I was looking at the box and lane times, and yours was a bit higher. And like, did you have an issue entering or exiting the pit, or was there something going on?
I have no idea. We were all trying to figure that out. It seemed like my pit stop was much slower than all of my teammates. I don't know why. I don't think I had any damage. I'm not sure why it was so slow.
Yeah.
Time stopped in the box. But, because I thought I was actually going to come out in first and just kind of pull away from everyone. But I came out behind Chris. So I had to fight for it. But you know what? That that was the best race of the season right there. That was such a crazy battle.
I 100% agree. You guys were like under a blanket the entire time right up to the end, and it was off the chain exciting from our end. So fantastic race tonight, Savian. Is there anyone you want to thank as the curtain folds on the season?
Oh, I'm just so happy to have won this championship. You know, it's about time. I feel like I've been here with NASA for like 4 years, and I've come second in so many championships for NASA road racing. So I'm really, really happy to have won this championship. And thank you to you guys for helping put this together. And thanks for all the folks back at the Woven by Toyota factory team and all the support we got from everyone else at the company to help put the sponsorship and this season together.
Thank you so much, Savian. And we've said it before. Are you going to come back and race another season if we do it again?
Absolutely. I'll be back.
Love to hear it. Okay, so we're doing it. We haven't officially announced anything yet, but we are going to run this series again. And I do hope we can work together and bring Woven back. I do hope Woven comes back with us. This has been so fun, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. And Savian, what a way to win your first championship on a series that you two have worked really hard to bring. I don't think that's been mentioned enough as well. You're our main liaison, our Woven ambassador. So thanks to you and congratulations on a fantastic season, and enjoy every bit of it, my friend.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Let's step back and take a breath. Let's get some confirmation on our results. We'll take a look at unofficial points and seal up this inaugural season of the Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge. Savian Ragster, 8th consecutive win, but he had to earn this one for sure. David Schofield, I have not seen a comeback drive in NASA like that, I don't think ever, in my 12 years across all the rallycross. When we did sports cars earlier with GT3s, I don't think I've ever seen that, at least off the top of my head. Chris Wetz comes home in 3rd, Francois Martel 4th, Brock Quinn, Yvonne Pandev, Levi DeKiril, Jess Rakowski, Sashit Vitaldis, and Luke Solberg. Let's take a look unofficially at points concluding the championship. Savian Ragster, number 1 plate, gold plate, locked up the championship. 477, Francois Martel, 397, Chris Wetz, 10 back there. David Schofield, what could have been without the mistakes that were made. Brock Quinn, Josh Klog, Jess Rakowski, Edwin Webb, Dalton Lott, and Frank Klein, rounding out the top 10. And Woven by Toyota Factory Racing, 810 points. Team Watson, that's from Martel by himself. Wetz by himself with True North. Rakowski mixed with Erdman for a couple of races. Still a good battle for second in the team's championship as we take a look down the order.
Yeah, it was all close down below Woven. That's wild.
As I'll get a couple programming notes and sponsor mentions, and then we'll close out this inaugural season. So just a reminder, our series is brought to you in association with Woven by Toyota. Mobility to love, safety to live. For more information, visit woven.toyota today. Our coverage tonight and all season also brought to you by NordVPN. For up to 63% off a 2-year plan, visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. Finally, our cameras for the entire season are provided by TrackCams22.com. Just a couple programming notes. As the asphalt racing is over, that doesn't mean Rallycross is either. NASA Rallycross Lights, Round 7 at Wild West in Nevada. That'll be this Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on ASN Live. You'll have Victor Valley in the production truck, Cody Erdman lap by lap, and James Watson helping out there. And the next round for the Overwatch Specialty Service, NASA Rallycross Challenge, also in Wild West, beginning the Endurance Cup for both of those championships. You'll have Bryan Sawyer in the production truck, Justin Robichaud alongside me. My name is Josh Mertz. 8 p.m. Eastern Time, starting with Contenders and going to Supercars. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network. And if you'd like to race, all the information is at nasasimracing.com. Justin Robichaud, give me a final thought on this incredible inaugural season, and then we'll say good night.
If I can get it out. This has been awesome. This has been fantastic. I think overall it's been a huge success. I can't wait to go over everything in the off season with a nice fine coat of polish. looking back on everything we've had to overcome this season, which really wasn't a lot, just super excited to see where this goes in 2024 and who we can bring in. I'm hoping we can up the ante on prizes. I really hope we can bring Woven back in some capacity, or Toyota or Gazoo Racing. I want this to be. I'm really passionate about Toyota racing and Toyotas in general. The GR86 is a platform. When I saw it coming on iRacing, I jumped immediately on it, and we were all foaming to get in that car and to have this series and to be this successful. I'm so proud, and this is great. But let's do it again and again and again, Josh. That's my final thought.
As going on 12 years ago, I started the Rallycross series, and 12 years later, we were partnered with Nitro Circus at one point, which was mind-boggling, incredible. Travis Pastrana, a legend, one of my heroes, and I said I've partnered with him, and now partnered with Toyota, the car company. Are you kidding me? We're racing cars on a video game. Are you telling me that what? Yeah, you told me that many years ago. I told you you're crazy. And I'm going to say publicly, thank you so much to everyone that has watched, has raced, you, Justin Robichaud, Bryan Sawyer, all the work that's done behind the scenes to allow these races to happen. It's just incredible. And there's a few days where I wonder, why am I still doing this? This has been so long. I should just quit and say I'm done. But it's days like this, super fun racing. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's virtual or if it's real. It's still real. The competition's real. Words are hard. It's just incredible to watch. And I personally thank drivers, the staff on ASN, staff in Nassau, everyone that's involved, because this has been super fun to commentate on. Certainly a pleasure. As Justin Robichaud, you got anything else before we say goodnight?
No, this has been fantastic. I can't wait to do it again, Josh. I'm already looking forward to next season.
As remember, NASA Rallycross lights on Sunday, supercars and contenders on Monday. Our next Thursday, our Thursday slot is unknown. I would say around February, but keep an eye on NASASimRacing.com. The checkered flag has fallen on the inaugural season of the Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge. From all of us at the Automotive Sports Network, from Philip Kraus, Cody Erdman, Victor Valley, Justin Robichaud, Chad Irvine, Jess Rakowski, Jared Lott, James Watson, and Bryan Sawyer, my name is Josh Mertz, as we hope you enjoyed coverage all season long. Congratulations to Sabian Ragster on 8 wins in a row and the inaugural championship. Thanks for viewing all season, racing, whatever it may be. Be sure to join us Sunday for lights, Monday for supercars, and we'll see you soon for sports cars. But until then, so long, everyone.